have some masks here, but I don't even know if we want to put them on.
Where did you even get those?
Your mom.
My mom?
Like, actually, your mom. Not that joke you do all the time where you're like, your mom. Like, your mother.
No, literally my mom?
Literally your mom.
Oh. Hey everybody, what's up? All you cool cats and kittens. Welcome to the Not So Late Show with Josh and Joanna. It is Wednesday night, week 5 of quarantine, April 15th, coming at you live at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Not so late. What's the Not So Late Show?
Not so late. I love the whole cool cats. And
you can tell what we've been watching.
We just finished it.
Yeah, good times. So awesome.
Yeah,
how you doing?
Well, I'm good. My question is whether, I don't know, there's so many fans of the Tiger King. Like, is there another season? Like, I want to know.
Yeah.
What's up with that? Like, if you know, I don't know. I haven't done any research. Like, he's in prison for what, 22 years or something?
Yeah, something like that. Wow. Yeah, I was wondering if they do some other seasons with, like, do a season around Carol. Is that her name? Carol Baskin?
Yeah.
And then do a season around the guys that are starting, that took the animals and are starting their own zoo, and around the dude in South Carolina. I
would watch that.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
There's some crazy people.
Yeah.
So week 5.
Week 5.
I was just noticing. So week 5, ladies, all the roots, it's either I got ready and I did not look like this all day, but I just was like, hey, do you guys love any reason to get like ready right now? I do. Just makes you feel a little more normal. But I'm noticing the roots. They're not going away. No, I haven't done anything with my nails, but the beards are getting really long at this point.
We actually went to the office today with, I did anyway, with some of the video crew to film some stuff because we just can't like postpone filming forever,
right.
So
you kept your distance.
Yeah, we tried. I think we got closer than 6 feet a couple times. But yeah, anyway, got the hair done, trimmed up the beard, put the contacts in, got myself together today.
Does it make you feel a little better?
Yeah, probably.
A little pep in your step?
Yeah, maybe, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dan O'Rourke's on. He says, haircut, Josh. Yes. Thanks for noticing, Dan.
I didn't do it though, Dan.
No.
He didn't let me.
No. Sarah Ritchie says, hi, friends. Hey, what's up?
Sarah.
Donna Hanning's on. Hey, Donna. Shakila. Hi there. Scarlett Tatahe. Hey, good to see you.
I'm just going to keep saying everyone's name in a really excited fashion.
Yeah. So anyway, first things first about last week. This is our segment of the show where we talk about the last week, what we had going on. So yeah.
Pretty good.
We had a fun week.
It wasn't bad or terrible or anything.
No.
Cheers, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Wednesday.
Cheers to Wednesday, week 5.
This is like our date night, guys.
Yeah. So a little Sauvignon Blanc, the standard
Whitehaven.
Joanna Scott go-to.
You can get this for all my Sauvignon Blanc lovers. You can get it really affordably. It's an amazing Sauvignon Blanc. It's great at your local grocery store.
Some of the highlights of last week, we made the kids, I think we actually talked about this last week on the show, but Saturday was mulch day. So made the kids
We talked about that it was coming.
It was coming up, yeah.
Now it happened.
It happened, yeah. So which was good. The kids actually, we got the whole thing done in about 4 hours. Yeah, I post on social media a little time lapse of the mulch pile.
It was a massive,
smaller and smaller.
Massive batch of mulch. I don't really like the word dump very much.
8 cubic yards. You don't like the word what?
Dump.
A mulch dump?
I don't care for the word dump. I don't.
Did we say dump? Or
I was thinking it, and then I said I decided to call it a mulch batch.
A mulch batch. Mulch delivery.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
It was really. It just took over our driveway.
Yeah. Took over our Saturday. 8 cubic yards. That's a lot of mulch. I actually probably have 1 cubic yard out there still.
Yeah.
So a little bit
so
over.
If anybody needs a little extra.
Yeah.
In your yard.
Yeah. Especially if you're local.
The kids were amazing.
They were
so helpful. They didn't complain. And we also, what's interesting? We prepped them. They knew it was coming. So I think that was a big part of it.
Yeah. You're really good at that. Like just giving them a heads up on things that are coming down the road.
They want to know the plan.
Yeah. Especially Caden can be a little bit of a planner. So he likes to know the schedule.
Yeah.
yeah, we did that. The other interesting thing that night was so didn't have much screen time that day, the kids, because they're working doing mulch. And so we wrapped up. I ran to Whole Foods, grabbed a couple steaks, put the kids in the basement with the Apple TV.
This was my idea. Put your kids in the basement once in a while.
Yeah.
They'll be fine.
Set them up all cuddly and snuggly, and they watched the movie, and we had an adult dinner just to ourselves.
It was really nice.
So steak, some roasted potatoes.
Actually, no, it was those amazing thick fries you made.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, thick fries are roasted potatoes, but steak cut fries. There we go. That's better. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, just had to have some sanity tonight, that night for our marriage for sure. Shaquila says, you guys make quarantine look fab. Thank you. Joel Hafner, mulch dump. Haha.
I know. There are some people on the Studio 88 team that shall remain nameless that like that word dump. I do not like that word dump. It just makes me think of one thing.
Pat Moore is on. Tyler Brady's on. What's up, Tyler? Good to see you. Hope you're staying safe and well. So that was Saturday. So just prioritizing some time for us, getting some family stuff done, but then doing an adult dinner, even with kids in the house. Like, you guys go there, we go here, adult time. And then
Sunday was Easter.
Yeah, that led into Easter.
How did you like this version of our Easter?
It was fun. I mean, yeah, we got up. You made everybody get up and get dressed, and we did like an online service with our church. You made a yummy breakfast.
Yeah. Banana bread with chocolate chips in it.
Oh yeah.
A ton of fruit, nothing crazy, but it was really good. I actually think we both ate 2 pieces. We just decided we were going to indulge
on Easter.
Yeah. And then I don't know, I didn't do massive baskets for them or whatever. I planned a scavenger hunt, and there was, a $20 bill in the treasure, that was their treasure they had to go find. My kids love scavenger hunts. I don't care if your kids are in elementary through even early teens and even through probably high school, you can make scavenger hunts so fun. I grew up loving them. So we just did that. And I just wanted to mix it up instead of hey, here's your basket. Let me sit here and watch you eat,
Yeah.
Open it, eat all the candy. So that was fun. They liked it. And then what'd you make that night?
So in traditional Easter fashion, I put a pork shoulder on the smoker and made some homemade corn tortillas, which were just ridiculous. So, I mean, good.
Really good.
Yeah. Just because we always get corn tortillas because of the gluten restrictions. And so store-bought corn tortillas are just never good.
And they fall apart immediately. Anything you put in them, they're all gluten-free, whatever. I don't know. They fall apart.
Yeah. So I just been frustrated with that. So got a big bag of masa and went down to the local Mexican market last week and found a decent tortilla press. Easier than I thought, quicker, and man, just instant goodness.
Want some more of those? I'm just thinking about them right now.
Yeah. And then we had some fun time too that day. I went for a run, came back. We actually pulled our neighbors were sitting out kind of in the street, kind of in their driveway in chairs.
Best neighbors. We're not going to tell you where we live, but we have the best neighbors. They're so cool. And they're so I don't know, they're just real, friendly, down to earth. And they were all sitting out on, a couple families were sitting out, the parents on the curbside in front of their homes, and had, a beer, a glass of wine or whatever, and just brought their chairs out, and
yeah,
we joined them.
There were 3 couples are all out there in our chairs, kind of partly in the street, partly in our driveways, cars coming by, just smiling. We're just waving at them. So
it was really fun because honestly, I don't know. I think everybody's doing a lot of reflection right now with COVID and just being all this quarantine stuff and all of the negative. I'm trying to really find the bright spots through this time. And that was one of them, definitely. I think we're always on the go and we're so busy all the time that sitting curbside in front of your house and getting to know your neighbors and just chilling out is not something we've ever done. Right.
Yeah.
So it was super fun. And we were oh,
I know. We'll have to make a routine of it for sure.
Yeah.
So that was Easter. And then the last thought there is you had everybody, we got a picture, everybody dressed up. We staged a family photo.
I wanted to get a photo. I've been listening. Yeah. I listened to a podcast from Rachel Hollis, and she just encouraged like her audience to make Easter as normal as you can, or find ways to still celebrate it. And I was like, well, we do a family photo every Sunday. So let's like, really like put a little intention.
We do a family photo every Easter.
I'm sorry.
Sunday. Yeah.
I said every Sunday.
And every Sunday.
Oh, that's my brain. Can't catch up with my mouth, or vice versa.
Right. So we did a family photo.
Yeah.
But we're
you going to say something?
Nope.
No, go for it.
No, I was just gonna say, we always have we have trouble with one of the members of our family when it comes to, oh my gosh, it's snowing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. If you are in central Ohio right now, it is snowing, which is
very happy
crazy. April 15th, we got snow. Anyway, we struggle with one of the members of our family getting an actual family photo, and I don't know why, but she just tends to make these goofy faces. So
we don't know why.
I'm gonna put this up here for you.
It's just who she is.
Yeah. So that's her. That's the darling of the family, Aaliyah.
Oh, you want to put that away?
And no, it's just this screen.
Oh, okay.
So what? We set up the timer on the camera. Took 2 rounds of 30 photos, and I think out of the 30, there was only 4 that were usable. So I actually even had to like come over and show her and go, hey, this is not cool because we can't use any of these.
I know. And you did it in a really sweet way. You were like, hey, we love your faces, but look at what's happening.
Right.
She's probably in her brain. She was like, oh, okay, I know. It was funny.
Yeah.
She's on a silly face.
So anyway, that's what happens around here for sure. So, other than that, Jamie, Kristen, Allison is on. Hey, Jamie. Pam Whitley, Shane Simmons is watching.
Shane.
Tyler says, hey guys. Scott Mayshaw, Michael Arias. What's up, Michael? John Kuhn. Donna Hanning says, my son is the same. Robbie Mailer is watching. Shaquila Ngati. Oh my God. Love her.
Isn't that funny, yeah. Shaquila? Her face. Oh my gosh. Well, you had a really busy week. Well, actually 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You've been busy. We've been doing, we came up with this kind of concept called Go Live. And Josh, for the past 3 weeks, has gone live with 15 incredible voices and thought leaders in the dental industry. And I just have to tell you some of the names, because when everybody's going live right now, but when you put together all of the people on the Go Live show, it's crazy. It's actually really crazy good. I mean, the interviews there are things that I'm going to go back to. I learned so much, I feel like, from every single one of them. And it's so cool because we captured them along with an article kind of overview of the best highlights of the interview. And so those are all like things you can go find on, Studio 88's website, and we're going to put them all up on your website as well.
Yeah, I almost felt like it was like this, like Tim Ferriss, like when he did his podcast and he put together like Tribe of Mentors or whatever, that type of book, just taking the best of, people's stuff. It was cool. I was like, man, we should do like a post-COVID like book with all of these. It'd be sweet. Do
you guys think that would be a good idea? I would like to know if people think that's a good idea. So anyways, our first guest, I'll just read through the list. Can I read through the whole list?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Yeah, our first guest, I know there's 15 people, bear with me. But if you're in dental, you'll know all of these names. Josie Sewell. She's pretty much one of my favorite people. Okay. All right. I'm going to go faster.
Well,
Emmett Scott, Mark Costas and Leslie Costas, Local Med, Corey Pinniger, Local Med, Vanessa and Tom, the one and only. Come on.
Yeah. That show was so like interacted with. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corey Pinniger, Kira Dent. Okay. Anissa Holmes, Shaquila Ngati. Are you watching Shaquila?
She is.
She is fabulous. Go check her stuff out. Stephen Treader, Samantha Leonard, Rich Constantine, who I think is coming out with a new dance.
I think he's got a dance coming up this week.
Reese Harper, Dr. Ashley Hoves, and Dr. Galen Dietrich. So a ton of good people.
Yeah, it was a fun 3 weeks for sure. I mean, it was busy.
You were a little worn out.
This week just taking a breath, and actually, and that's why we had to go do some filming and stuff like that, because it's just I haven't been able to get away from my office for the past couple of weeks because of all that. But it was awesome.
Yeah. Did you have like a favorite? I don't know. Do you have any favorite highlights or a favorite live? Man. Or is that too mean to say you had a favorite live?
Yeah, I know.
Probably.
Like, depending on who's watching this. I mean, I know Shaquila's on, so clearly hers was the best. No, honestly, I mean, Shaquila is definitely one of the ones that stands out just because she's so easy to talk to, and I love the subject, and it's something that I enjoy engaging in personally. So that was there. I mean, so many, like everyone has something like a highlight from it. I think of Galen Dietrich with Thrive Dentist. Just the conversation on flow and creativity was super cool.
Yeah.
So I could go through everybody like that, but tomorrow, so we're down to one a week. We're going to do once a week a go live. So tomorrow we have got Dr. Paul Homily on at 2:00 Eastern.
Yep.
So I'm excited about that. And he's been doing a lot about leadership right now through COVID. And just because you're not working on teeth necessarily doesn't mean that you're not working type of a thing, and how to step up as a leader, which I love. Yeah. So
and he's lived through a lot of seasons, you know what I mean? And he is just such an amazing thought leader. Yeah. That's going to be a really interesting one for sure. For sure.
So looking forward to that tomorrow. What else?
Well, we have we landed on some branding for this not so late night show.
Yep.
Not so late show. Sorry. And so this is it. So can they see that?
Yeah.
Here's our screen. This is
the Not So Late Show, Josh and Joanna. That's what's up. Just thought we'd
fun.
Enjoy it. So you'll be seeing those around weekly, giving you the latest, but
it's not just black and white. There's some fun pink in there and turquoise. One of our designers, Ratcliffe, he has been creating graphics in his sleep right now because we need them so fast. Well, and then one thing that I participated in, I signed up for a really cool webinar about how to become a better writer and communicator with Donald Miller, the founder of StoryBrand, and then also and author of 1,000 amazing books, and the one and only Rachel Hollis. So they teamed up and did a webinar on Tuesday, and I know a few people from our writing team at Studio 88 participated, and so anyways, it was fantastic, and it wasn't as practical as it was inspirational, and probably it was just really great pieces of like direction and options if you are a writer. So I had a few things, like a few takeaways. One of them was, if you write, and this could be even if you're an aspiring writer, you want to start a blog, or you want to improve your, the copy in your social media post, or you have the dream of producing or publishing your own book one day. So this is kind of we all need the English language. We all need words, right? Yeah. And so one of the things they said in the beginning, Rachel said, was trust your instinct. Sometimes we can overthink things too much. And especially when you get other opinions in, trust your gut and go with it. If you have an idea, if you have a storyline or that character with a plot, just like go with it and produce it. Yeah. So that was really,
I always hear somebody say, like, chances are if it's moving you, it's going to move other people. Yes. So just trust that and go with it. I always have this process where, like, I get this idea, it's inspiring to me, and then like I create it, or I put it into a speech or write an article or whatever. And then I kind of go through the cycle of like, that's dumb and nobody's going to get into that. And then I'm like, and then I put it out there, kind of bravely push it out. And then people are like, they respond like, oh, that's great. And I'm like, oh, okay. I thought it was going to be good, but I just wasn't sure.
Right.
So,
so that's really, I'm a huge fan of trusting your gut, trust your instinct. It's usually right. So the second thing was just really quick. I agree with this so much. They talk about, are there rules as far as how vulnerable should you be, or, just rules on vulnerability, period. Now there aren't. We see people and influencers all the time that are, it's like real time vulnerability. Yeah. So as they're going through it, they share it. Well, Rachel and Dave, that's her husband. Rachel and Donald Miller both agreed that real-time vulnerability is not their approach. They really prefer, as authors and writers and communicators, to have worked through that problem, that season of pain, whatever it is, so that they can provide tools to the audience reading and absorbing that information.
Yeah.
And kind of show them like the roadmap. Here's my pain. I got through it. Here's what I did. I love that. I fully agree with that. If you ever have read anything I have written, I am obsessed with vulnerability, but it's always, I think there are probably good parameters or boundaries that each individual has to find. Like, you do you, but I think that, I think sometimes, like, if I'm in the middle of pain and I just put that out there for the audience and I have not worked through it, it's almost like their burden to bear.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I have some thoughts on this because I think it's interesting as a speaker. Vulnerability, what it does is, Paul Homily calls this disclosure. And what it does is it creates connection. Like, as soon as you're vulnerable, there's connection. So what you can do as a speaker, if you're not careful, is use vulnerability as a way to create connection if you're not getting that. So meaning, like, what I think is it takes more skill as a speaker to create connection. Like, use vulnerability smartly and use it at key times to disclose something and to create connection. But if you're using it solely for the purpose of connecting with people, then I think it's kind of a cheaper, easier way out. And I see people do that, like, in the moment, like, and this is what's going on. And the whole crowd's like, oh my gosh. But I see that. Then I also am like, have you processed that with people that are close to you? Like, that starts to get a little weird for me, is when there's vulnerability, like, and I think that's what you're saying, like, in the present. And you're like, you probably haven't even really processed this with your family or friends or people that are close to you. So I think that transference and onto the audience feels a little odd. A little heavy. Yeah, a little heavy for sure. And what you're doing is you're getting people to respond to you. And I would like, being in church world, I would always say this because, like, in the past, like in the past, being in church world or watching communicators on a weekly basis, like that call or that like they want you to respond, like, you know, right? Like speakers will say, like, right? Like, trying to get agreement, like getting the audience to be like, well, yeah, right. Or, you know, preachers are like, amen. And the audience is like, amen. And it's that, like, call to action to get engagement. And part of me is like, if you're not getting that engagement and connection, you can say amen, or you can share a vulnerable story, but it'd be better if you worked on your skill to create connection all along the way. Does that make sense? Yeah, completely. I mean, so I think you're saying, don't use your pain or your vulnerability or that story to gain that connection, or to serve some type of like self-purpose or self-identity crisis or something you're working through personally. Yeah. I think that it's probably good to not use vulnerability when you need validation. That's a really good way to say it. Thank you. Wow. Okay. Brilliant. Well said. Good. My last thing that I loved about, I need to write that down. Yeah. Somebody write that down. Okay. The last thing that was so fun that they talked about, I'm just glancing at my notes. They talked about two types of writers, because Josh is a very process-driven, systematic writer. So he has a process. He shares it with, and it's fantastic. How to write an article. Like, you could write a book on how to write an article, in my opinion. It's really tried and proven. It's really great. I sometimes feel, I'm a little out of the box. I would call myself, I'm a little bit of a messy writer. And I thought that I was the only one until I was listening to their podcast, Rachel and Donald Miller. And she describes the two styles of writing. It's plotters or prancers. So you can be a plotter. And so that means, like, the plots, you lay out the plot every chapter at a time, right? There's a system. There's you just outline. Go through it. Oh yeah. Yep. And then there's the prancers, where you have the character and the idea, but the story takes you on a ride. Whoa. And until you've
created all your words and drop them in a Google Doc or whatever, Evernote, whatever you use, you don't even know what it's going to be, which is so me.
Yeah.
Oh my
totally.
goodness. Oh, I just messed with the light or something.
That's cool. I got it.
I just turned our light off with my fist pump, like a politician.
No, I love that. Plotter or prancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wouldn't you agree? You probably fall.
So it's just like, just embrace it and own it.
Yeah. Embrace your own unique approach to writing. And I think my biggest takeaway is just do it. Just write, produce, get the copy out there. So yeah, I definitely recommend if there's any way to replay that, or actually Donna Muller is constantly creating courses and amazing webinars right now if you want to hone in your skill as a writer. So yeah, just because everybody has all this free time, I think a lot of people are like, I'm going to finally write that book that I've been thinking about. He's been putting a lot out with that. Guys, currently, actually earlier today, I posted up on social media about the show coming on and asked if there was anything that you wanted asked during the episode. And so even for all of you out there watching live, Chip Stewart's here. Hey, man. John Stamper, great stuff. Love the live. Hope you both are well. Thanks, John. You too. Martel Koch, Kyle Bogan, Shane. Weon is here. Ryan Squire. Hey, Ryan. Right down the road. You're probably seeing the snow too, right? We just talked about our cool neighbors.
Heather Ricardo is here. John Kuhn. I'm not a fan of those forced responsives. Yeah. Matt Vaccaro, Lisa Mills is watching. So definitely got a good audience. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comments. We'll definitely hit those up. But earlier today, Samantha Leonard asked, what is our favorite travel destination?
Ooh.
What do you think?
What a good question.
I know.
I haven't even had a moment to think
I know.
about
I
that.
snuck it in the notes. Thought I'd just drop it on you, see what came up.
What comes to mind?
I apologize too. My eyes are so dry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like, I feel like I'm blinking. So if all of you out there are like, what the heck's going on? It's dry contact right now.
And you just got a new pair?
Yeah, I just put a new pair in, but I think it's just, I always like spring, I always have trouble with my contacts. It's just that time of year. Yeah, pollen or something.
Right.
Must be. So
Ohio pollen.
Favorite travel. Now the sun's out and it's all melted.
We said snow, now we have sun. We didn't think we needed to. We've been placing this really large calendar here to block the sun because it starts coming in, and now here we are. We didn't think we needed it. What comes to mind first is Colorado is one of my favorite destinations to go. And
Colorado
visit.
mountains.
The Colorado mountains, not Denver.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with Denver, but just you prefer the mountains.
I'm sorry, I'm so mean. No, I'm sorry. I will take Colorado any way you slice it. So, I mean, you fly in, I'm happy, even in Denver.
Yeah.
I love, Aspen, Vail.
Summer or winter?
Both.
Yeah.
There's no wrong time to go there.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. Arizona, Phoenix, Scottsdale. The dry heat makes me feel really good there. And
probably even specifically more Sedona area, like getting a little bit north up into the mountains a little bit. The Red Rock. Yeah. I mean, we were supposed to be there a couple of weeks ago on spring break. Gosh, where else? I mean, some place that was probably not, it's been a while, but when we went to Prague, Czech Republic.
Oh, that was like pre-kids.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Caden might have been born.
Nope.
No, he wasn't.
Children.
That place was magical.
That was.
I mean, that was very cool. Try to think of what else. I mean, we're always up for a good Miami trip.
Yes. Miami is just fun. I don't know. And maybe it's certain types of people, but I don't know. I love life. I love color. I love people watching. I love getting dressed up and going out and like just new experiences. And, I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah.
Miami's fun.
Yeah. I mean, even in the last couple of years, we've gone to Cabo, and just that area of Cabo that we're in, the San Jose del Cabo area, so much fun.
Yes.
I mean, such good food.
And really family friendly.
Yeah.
There's a great, I don't know, where do we stay? Yeah, there's a great Westin resort there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We would highly recommend that.
So would love to know your guys' favorites as well. Some of your favorite travel destinations, put them down in the comments. That'd be awesome. And then second question that came up today, Shane Simmons said, Bengals or Browns? Who does the Scott household support on Sundays?
Oh, that's funny. My family's divided. Who do we support?
Yeah, well, your family, because
well, I was born in Cincinnati,
right,
Shane.
So that should tell you.
You would think that our family, he and I, would be Bengals fans.
Yeah, but we definitely swing more towards Cleveland, supporting the Browns.
He always wants to support the underdog.
Well, goodness, Cincinnati is too, for sure.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I mean, the Browns kind of had a little bit of a comeback.
The Bengals are just a bunch of thugs. I don't know.
Are they?
I don't know.
I don't know.
They probably all are thugs,
they
but
all?
but yeah.
See, here's the sun.
There it comes.
Literally.
So, yeah.
Gosh.
JW Pap is watching. He says, "Who's cutting your hair, Josh? Mine is out of control." JW, I had my barber come over for a house visit, and he cut both me and my son Caden. So,
in the garage.
In the garage.
Social distancing.
Yeah. So anyway, drop any questions in the comments. Also, let us know your favorite place to travel, favorite travel destination. That'd be awesome.
I thought I would mention today's tax day, April 15th. But you know what? I think there are some perks for the United States right now. If you are a U.S. citizen and you have to pay your taxes, right? I think they've totally deferred them.
Yeah, till like
September.
Yeah, I mean, you still got to pay them. They just
so if you're running late on all your paperwork and filings.
yeah. I don't know that anybody's even thinking about taxes right now, which is crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I was kind of I'm like taxes. I'm just usually like, let's just get them over with and done.
You're early. We always you get them done early.
Yeah. So anyway, awesome. What's next? Got some COVID pro tips?
We do. I have some masks here, but I don't even know if we want to put them on. We haven't. Have you worn a mask out?
No.
I think it's very controversial. I don't know if we should talk about masks.
What, the masks are controversial?
Whether you wear them out or not.
Where did you even get those?
Your mom.
My mom?
Actually, your mom. Not that joke you do all the time where you're like, your mom. Like, your mother.
But no, literally Kathy. My mom?
Literally your mom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that was nice of her.
Amazing.
When did that happen?
She dropped me off like a COVID bag a while back. No, okay. So let's talk about a few kind of COVID pro tips. We've been, I don't know, just kind of brainstorming, coming up with. The season is like crazy, but we don't have to tell any of you that. We're working in the home. None of that has stopped. The company is open. We're actually busier than ever right now. And then we have kids doing e-learning. And now we're also their daily teachers. Oh man, do we miss those teachers so much. But anyways, I've been hearing a lot of moms, and myself included, like, do your calendars look like this? There's nothing on them. Just
empty.
This is the State of the Union right here. Well, I had the thought. I'm like, honestly, who is that helping? No one. It makes you feel like you almost like, well, it's anti-normal. It's anti-everything. It's anti-fun. Like just to walk by every day and see this like blank calendar. So my thought is this week, I think I'm going to tackle this whole situation differently.
Okay.
And I'm sure a ton of awesome freaking moms have thought of this like before me, but I'm going to fill in every day with something fun. And the kids, I'm like, I'll train them. I'll just be like, hey, I'll prompt them. Go look at the calendar, and whether that's like an exercise thing we're going to do together, like which they might complain about slightly, but when they get out, they're so happy. Do you guys find that, moms? Oh my gosh. Stop dragging your feet. You're going to take a 3-mile bike ride with me and you're going to love it. That was today.
Yep.
So put like something like an incentive or something for them to look forward to, or even, the entire family to look forward to. That could be an awesome meal you're doing, like Carnitas Tacos night, Taco Tuesday, right? Or it's run night or family walk night or fishing night, or we're going to learn this TikTok dance, whatever it is, like put it in your calendar. So that's my goal for this week.
Okay.
I'm going to fill up our family calendar.
Cool. Well, you're definitely the structured productivity type. There's probably some people out there that just love the absence of that and just love wandering through the day to see what comes up too.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know what that would be like to be that personality type.
Yeah. No, I mean, today, like our kids are on a schedule every day. Like we've got now, I mean, well, we're 5 weeks into this. We've got it locked down. I mean,
yeah, they know.
Up
they
by 9,
even...
school till morning routine and school till noon, then lunch and then outside time. And then today you made them go on a
big long run and a hike. We did some exploring.
Right. So they didn't even have screen time till
3:30.
Yeah. Which I know they probably weren't thrilled about, but
they were fine actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You get them out in nature. Kids are like, they are the best version of themselves.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. So no, that's cool. That's cool. And then obviously, I mean, through this, how's your mindset been? Like, what are those things that you're still doing that you are finding valuable through the week?
Oh goodness. I mean, easily working out. Everyone's talking about it. I miss Orange Theory so much.
Yeah.
It was just that thing in the morning. So I've been running a lot, which is starting to hurt my knees quite a bit. So I've had to like back off a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I'm feeling, I mean, my knees are like screaming at me. Are you?
Yeah. No, I wish I could go run every day. It's just not the best. But
killer in your joints.
Yeah, it clears my head for sure, which I love.
Now, what about, I know you hang out in the basement, do workouts.
I hang out in the basement.
No, I mean, when you
Yeah, I can go down there and do some workouts. Yeah. I'll throw up a little Shaun T insanity, some old school workout videos. And I still like some of those insanities are they're classics.
They're still hard.
Oh my gosh.
They're still like hardcore.
They're
Shaun
still
T.
ridiculous. So yeah, I do those. I do about 150 push-ups a day, most likely. You could probably tell.
He actually does. I'll just walk in and he's just down there doing push-ups. I'm like, gosh, I'm terrible at push-ups. That is not my thing.
We've been trying to take walks more, you and I, for sure. Even without the kids, just getting out. Some days are really good. Some days are really tough still.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I think Monday, didn't we go out? It was cold. We threw on jackets and hats and gloves and went out.
What typically happens is I look at you and I'm like, I'm going on a walk. And I'm like,
yeah.
Are you coming with me?
Yeah.
And he's like 9 out of 10 times, yes, he's coming with me.
Yeah.
So we just like, Cade babysits, whatever, they're fine.
Mental health break.
It is. Yeah, it's really important. Sometimes we talk about nothing. Other times we do catch up and talk.
Yeah. I mean, last night you went for a walk on your own.
Yeah, I know.
Had to catch up on some boxers and Marco Polos and all that, and had some friends that needed you and some encouragement. And
I think we just all have to take those moments, like be in touch with how you're feeling in the moment and go meet your need.
Yeah.
And so if that's right now, we can't go anywhere, right? You can't go to the spa or do like get your hair done or nails or whatever it is, right? You can't go take a yoga class. So go figure out what that is and just like, take care of yourself.
Yeah. I think some of this is like it's all evolving. Like it's crazy and everybody like knows it. It's like, we're evolving as a family. I'm evolving as a person. Business is evolving. It's just evolving really fast, where that process probably takes a way longer time and it's way more subtle. It's just like happening right in front of you. And so even like last week, my go live with Shaquila, just embracing that and going, we're not going to come out of post-COVID the same. So like embrace that and evolve into a better version of yourself.
Well, and one thing I won't probably say it in the same way, but one of my biggest takeaways from your conversation with Shaquila and Gotti was this whole sense of, if something is working now in the middle of this crisis and you notice, oh, hey, you know what? Actually, I'm experiencing less anxiety or less depression. Like we all have stress coming at us still. It's a different kind of stress, but if you were recognizing something positive, make sure you identify what that is, why it's happening or why it's not happening. And then post-COVID, make changes to maintain that like positive traction.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, for sure.
So I don't know. That was one of my favorite things was with the whole evolve conversation, instead of like, I'm going to write a book during this time, it's really paying attention to how we're feeling right now through this incredibly stressful, ambiguous time. And then how can we grow post COVID, you know?
Yeah. No,
grow
for
through
sure.
it, maintain that.
Yeah. One of the things, I enjoy doing is reading books. And one of my recent book that I'm working through, Cherry Hill Lane, 2612 Cherry Hill Lane, actually. So this is anybody in the dental community. You maybe know this guy, Glenn Vo. He's a dentist in Texas, owns a practice, does the Nifty Thrifty group. So Glenn Vo, what's up? I'll give you a shout out, tag you in the comments. But anyway, he wrote a novel. Like,
I have a copy too. I'm very excited to read it.
Yeah.
You said your reviews so far have been really like.
He even signed it for me. But yeah, no, really super good. I mean, I'm awesome. 150 pages into it and it's still keeping my attention. It's just a really good, like a really feel good type story.
Is it fiction?
Yeah, completely.
Okay. It's not about his life or anything?
No, it's not about his life. Although there are some names in here that he drops, like Elijah and Hoffpar and I could tell some of just his crew that he knows.
Yeah, that's cool.
But just really good book, fiction. I don't know. Sometimes I think even in a time like this, especially at night, I need like all the business talk stuff done and just like feel good story. Everybody likes it. So anyway, good job, Glenn, on your first release of your novel there. So
that's awesome.
What have you been reading?
I haven't been reading that fast or that much, but we've started reading a little more recently. I don't know. We're on like a Marvel movie kick with the kids, and then they just want it every night. And then him and I just feel like we're going to go bananas when there's movies on all the time, or at least in the evening. So I'm finishing up The Marketing Rebellion by Mark Schaefer. Yeah. It's a really great book. I know you've read this like ages ago. Yeah. And then this week.
Why do you like it? What's your biggest takeaway?
Are you kidding?
No, I don't know. You just said like, here's my book and you put it down.
Oh, yeah. I guess I don't even know. I mean, I have so many notes in here.
Oh, you do?
Humans want warmth and competence. The Princeton researchers showed that humans judge each other based on two primary factors, warmth and competence. That they form relationships with brands the same way. I've been saying it all along.
Yeah. No, Mark's kind of like the leading thought leader as far as like human-based marketing. So he's been one of the main, just influencers to me personally. So
that's awesome. Yeah. Well, and I'm in the section where he's talking about creating raving fans and out of your employees, and so that really their own personal brands and their messages support your company. How to do that effectively. So, and then I have a really great friend, Kira Dent, with the Dental A team and All Things Awesome. And anyway, is
that what A stands for?
Awesome. It does. Are you kidding me?
The Dental Awesome team?
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
No, that sounds amazing.
Kira, she would agree. Yeah. You've ever met her and her energy? Are you kidding me? She gifted me the Go Giver book.
Cool.
So I'm very excited to get into this soon. So it's a little story about a powerful business idea, but I think this book has become pretty popular. Yeah,
I've actually never read it, but it definitely is floating around a lot of places out there. So
I have a book that Josh Scott doesn't have.
I know. Anyway, drop in the comments. What are you guys reading? Would love to know your books. Also, nobody's telling me where their favorite place for vacation is or favorite travel destination. I'm sitting here. I've got no comments. Candy Moyer is watching. Hi,
Janet.
Candy.
Where do you want to go, Janet?
Yeah, Janet. What's your favorite travel destination?
What your favorite places?
Tyler Winger, Beth Love. Hi, Beth. Again. Hey, I mean, Beth would love to know your favorite travel destinations. I know you guys have gotten around a little bit, so drop it in the comments, yo.
So we're gonna segue. This is part 2 of
10 minutes.
All things. No, really, we've got
15 minutes.
We're gonna go. You ready?
Yeah.
So last week we did part 1 of how the different Enneagram types process and handle stress depending on your type. Okay. So the Enneagram is really an ancient personality test based off of 9 types. And the contemporary version has really been brought to life here in the last few years. One of my favorite books, and authors, Ian Morgan Cron, he's a pioneer in the contemporary Enneagram space. And anyways, he wrote this book, The Road Back to You. If you have not heard of the Enneagram, I think it's one of the most fantastic personal development tools you could get your hands on.
Yeah.
Last week we covered types 1 through 4. Wow. So
we'll hit 5 through 9.
We're going to go 5 through 9. And so type 5, here we go.
So type 5, these are the investigators, the observers. I actually, I could probably swing this way a lot for sure. My introverted side definitely connects with this, but they're analytical, they're detached, they're private, motivated for a need to really gain knowledge and conserve energy, which is sometimes why they tend to be more introverted, because the extroverts pull it all out. And so during a crisis like this, what Enneagram 5s are great at is really just processing it because of their analytical power and their objectivity. They can actually come off as a sort of like strength and comfort to those around them because they don't tend to overreact. They can just kind of process and go, well, no, this is this and this is that. So 5s are great through something like that. They're the investigator, the observer, and they comment on it. Now, when they get stressed though, or are challenged, that fear of being inadequate, incompetent, not being enough is usually what comes through. And because of that, they can tend to have isolating behaviors where they just withdraw. So Enneagram 5s tend to flourish in these types of times. But some tips if you're a 5, if I got any 5s out there, number 1, limit your intake of what's coming in, news, internet, all that. Because sometimes the information can be overwhelming. Second, like get out of your head and just get into your body, like work out, like do something physical to release that energy, because it can just get into your head so much. Be affectionate, reach out to somebody, work on some physical touch, affection. And again, it's like
some human.
Yeah. Less head and more physiological. So
interesting.
Yeah. I identify a lot with the 5 because I've got some tendencies that way for sure.
We actually thought that you were a 5 first.
Right.
I definitely did. 5s can be they can deal with just emotional distance and kind of just, I don't know, sometimes, just not be as in tune with what they're feeling and, all of that. So, okay. Type 6. I know some great 6s. The loyalist. And they are, I'll just give you kind of the 6 the bio for the 6. Committed, practical, witty. You're witty. They are worst case scenario thinkers who are motivated by fear and the need for security. With little self-awareness, 6s are dutiful. And I already said witty, trustworthy, decisive, and self-reliant. And I think this is the kind of person you want when it feels like the planet's wheels are about to come off.
Yeah,
you want this on they're very loyal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the danger is when loyalists lose self-awareness, it can be a problem. So here are some tips for our type 6s. Cut back on watching the news, which is similar to type 5.
Yeah. And I think somebody estimated one time, like this is the most popular Enneagram personality type in the world, in the country.
I could have left even more notes on this.
No, you're totally fine. But somebody even put this out, like 50% of people are 6s.
How interesting.
Yeah, for sure. And they're kind of like, they're loyal. They don't love a lot of change. They're just like, hey, this is the course we're going. I'm with you. Let's not change it. Like, why are you changing it? So the news or a lot of just negative talk or information coming in at this time can be challenging for them, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. They feel such a lack of, control.
Yeah.
So a few tips for 6s: cut back on watching the news, breathe, recite, and repeat.
Breathe again.
And recite this: you are in pain. Relax, take a deep breath. Let's pay attention to what's happening inside of you and then figure out what to do.
Yeah.
But I think for stopping and recognizing the emotion first is important for a 6. Be in the now. So a recommendation would be to download a meditation app and begin practicing mindfulness.
Yeah. And also I think it's just maintaining positivity, the context of the world's not going to end. Everything's going to be fine. We'll get through this together.
Right.
Is huge.
Yes.
So
7.
These are the
Sevens
enthusiasts.
are so fun.
These are your, if 5 is an introvert, 7 is an extrovert, fun, spontaneous, adventurous.
I have a great friend who's a 7.
Yeah, for sure. Motivated by a need to be happy. John Coon's on here. He's a 7. So that said, in a situation like this, it can be challenging for 7s because of that isolation. Social distancing is probably the opposite of a 7. And so enthusiasts don't like it when people place limitations on them as far as how they can interact with people. So what's a 7 to do in a new normal like this? How do you cope? Be in the now, just embrace the present moment, develop maybe some mindfulness, some meditation through this, practice acceptance. It's just accepting what life comes at you, is throwing at you, lack of control. And try to do your best to serve others. Find other ways to serve others. Maybe it's virtually, maybe it's through social, maybe it's dropping off little gifts at the door or something like that. But just because you can't be in person and gain 7s, I feel like tend to gain their energy from being around people. And so when they're not around people, the energy suffers.
Yes.
So figure out a way to recreate that.
Yes. Love our 7s. Okay. Well, this might be our favorite type, or one of our favorite types.
Yes.
This is your favorite type,
my favorite
Josh.
Type.
So we're going to get into type 8.
8s.
Yes. Okay. So 8s, I'm an 8.
You are.
Joanna Scott is an 8, and I own it proudly. They are known as your protectors or challengers. It's so funny.
Read your description.
I love it. So here is Ian Morgan Cron's description of an 8. These are not my words. I don't know that I agree with all of this. Commanding, intense, confrontational. They're motivated by a need to be strong and avoid feeling weak or vulnerable. Maybe. Some days.
Just a little bit.
So when times are hard, the truth is, when times are hard, come on, you want an 8 in your mix. They are, they're kind of like I don't know, a lot of times I think of the movie Braveheart.
Little Mel Gibson with the face paint running
a country, or if you need something really big to happen or a huge crisis is going on, you want an 8.
They love overcoming a challenge. So when you have a time like this, they're awesome to have on your side.
They're great problem solvers.
Right. How do we do this?
Yes. And they're huge protectors. So my family and friends just know that they just need to say the word, and I will take down anybody that hurts them. It just usually not who hurts me. It's other people that I love.
So then when 8s get stressed, how do they respond?
Okay. Well, there's notes. So the author says they can be hell on wheels. That makes me laugh. They're commanding personalities who need to be in control, blah, blah, blah. They can be demanding,
pushy, more energy needed for a situation.
I do identify with that. So sometimes he describes this scene where when an 8 walks into a room, they've arrived. And it's almost like he said he could be sitting there. The author has a mother and a daughter who are 8s. And so he could be sitting there just quiet, introverted 4. He's a type 4. Just sitting there watching TV or reading a book. And then when the 8 walks in, it's just like 8s bring an army, like a legion with them. Yeah. So sometimes our energy is a little bit more than the situation needs. So I've learned to be aware of how large my energy is and expansive. Yeah. And to kind of scale that back and make room for
other people's energy.
Yeah. It's so weird when you're talking about your own type. Yeah. Secondly, second pro tip for 8s, don't judge yourself or others when they share weak feelings.
Oh, don't judge them like, oh, you're so weak.
Yes. Now, nice. I don't identify with this as much. I'm a huge advocate for vulnerability.
Yeah, that's actually
so
very
I think
true.
That just because we're passing out pro tips for every type, if you are skillful, whatever your type is, if you are skilled in your type, you are an above average, healthy version of you, you might not identify with some of this. I don't identify with judging vulnerability.
Yeah.
I really never do. I welcome it. I always have. I think that we are hardwired that way.
Yeah.
Third pro tip for 8, surrender to the joy of the simple things. Typically we just enjoy everything that's like big and planned and like, I don't know. That can be challenging for me when I'm not on the go, for sure.
Yeah.
Also, 8s don't fall into
excessive behavior.
Yes. So typically they do everything big and large. So there can be a tendency to overeat, overexercise, overdrink, just to fend off the boredom.
Yeah.
So that's an 8.
Yeah.
The last Enneagram is?
Number 9 is the peacemaker. Gosh, these are the just most people. Pleasant, laid back, accommodating.
Your business partner is a 9.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. And it's probably the perfect balance for me. Avoids conflict, keeps the peace. And so, I mean, peacemakers, the 9s are called the peacemakers. They're very open, very accepting, very service oriented, affable, calm, low maintenance, great mediators, like all these things, like pretty much any like accolade, affirmation, positive like characteristic. I mean, 9s. So 9s, when they get stressed though, they can run into trouble because they can be ambivalent, indecisive. They can tend to just go with the flow, not think for themselves, hold back their opinions and viewpoints. And probably typically 9s can be a little passive aggressive or get just pet up. And then all of a sudden it's like,
right. Because they hold it in.
Yeah. So pro tips for 9s through this time: stay woke.
Ooh, stay woke.
Stay woke. Yeah, but no, it's like that tendency to like disengage, resist that, keep people around you to keep you engaged, push yourself to stay engaged, share compassion, that calmness, like share it, let it be soothing and comforting.
9s are needed.
Yeah. I mean, 9s, like when people get anxious, 9s come in and they're like, hey, it's okay.
They deflate situations. They're very comforting.
Yeah. Great way to say that. Sometimes just their voice. You're just like, I just need to hear that.
Very stable.
Yeah. But then also self-care. I think 9s can tend to be some of the worst at probably self-care. And even that self-awareness to know what they need.
Right.
So it's just like checking in, making sure like maybe whether or not you even feel like it, maybe you feel ambivalent to it, but it's like build the self-care in and do it, because you'll look back over the course of a week or two and go, that was so good. I was doing that.
Yeah.
And you're putting yourself first.
Right.
And that really helps, because 9s can tend to feel like they're taken advantage of, or they just give. But if you're putting yourself first in it, it helps offset that.
Definitely.
So
love our 9s.
Yeah. Love our 9s for sure.
This was fun.
Guys, thanks for watching. Kelly LeBon just jumped on. Justin Morgan, everyone needs an 8.
Yes.
Justin, that's well said.
Really loud.
I know.
Sorry, Justin.
It's well said, bro. You're making friends. Matt Still is on. So Donna.
Kelly LeBon is an 8 too. All the 8s.
Is she?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Oh my God.
I don't see that at all.
Oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. You're such a liar. Yes, you do.
Maybe a little bit.
Oh my gosh, Kelly. He doesn't understand you.
Donna Hanning, she's the only one that answered my question. Darn it. Like, what's your favorite travel destination? She said Glenwood Springs, Colorado. Glenwood Springs is fantastic. I have, just such a privilege to go there. I mean, I'm there 4 times a year.
What a great spot.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
Yeah.
And just enjoy it. It's kind of set right between Aspen and Vail. And
there's such quaint aspects to that small city.
Yeah.
It's really great.
So I work with some clients out there and get out there on a regular basis, and I really appreciate that.
Kelly says, yes. Ha ha, Josh Scott.
She didn't say Josh Scott. She just is laughing.
And she's laughing because you weren't right about it.
Yeah.
I know.
So cool. Guys, hey, thanks for tuning in to the Not So Late Show. It's 7:00 here Eastern time. We had a fun time. Hope you did too. Feel free to leave us any comments, any questions for next week's episodes, anything you would like us to discuss. We'll just put it out there, man. We'll make it happen. So let your requests be known.
For sure. Thanks, guys. We appreciate you so much. Stay safe and healthy.
Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Yes.
Peace out. See you.